So if you still think you need to cut carbs after 6 o'clock or do fasted cardio to burn more body fat, then this video might probably offend you. The fitness industry makes millions, if not billions, every year from actually selling confusion. So today I'm going to break my favourite 20 fitness myths to help you build muscle and drop body fat really. I coach real people, real lives, and when we remove these myths, fat loss and muscle gain is a lot more easier, put it that way. By the end of this video, the goal is basically to understand a lot more and you'll know exactly what matters and what you can finally stop worrying about basically. Now, I am going to be training legs while I'm demonstrating so I can kill two birds with one stone. So in between sets or even mid-set, I'm going to be talking a small bit. Ooh, that is some stretch. I'm starting off with the first one being you need to sweat more to burn body fat. This is simply not true at all. Like, sweating is actually body temperature. It's body regulation basically. Just because you sweat more doesn't mean you're working harder. It could be the temperature in the room. Fat loss is literally just a calorie deficit. Now I'll get to that point in a sec, but to set the record straight, you don't need to sweat more to burn more body fat basically. It could be just the temperature in the room or the temperature of where you're at. If you did a high rock session in Bali versus a high rock session in sunny Cork City, you could be doing the exact same thing, but you're going to be sweating balls in Bali. That doesn't mean that the workout is better. The second one of the most famous ones, carbs make you fat. Carbs are the best energy source, we need them for training. So when you hear people saying that they're cutting out carbs because they're on a diet, then that's not a good thing. Carbs is our main source of energy, so we do need carbs throughout our day. If anybody says that, do not believe them. They shouldn't be your trainer and you should not be taking advice from them. So let's just put it that way. Carbs do not make you fat. They're our main source of energy. It improves glycogen, and glycogen is our main source of energy in the body basically. Sham, my hammies are absolutely taken. I just did my first set of hamstring curls there and I know this is going to be a tough ass workout. I'm literally jumping in between videoing and training. You need cardio for fat loss. Now, that's not true, but it does help a lot. So the main thing that you need for fat loss is calorie deficit. It's obviously scientifically proven that if you eat under your maintenance every day, you have to lose weight. But fat loss is a tool for losing body fat. So the same way weightlifting is a tool, the same way intermittent fasting is a tool, steps is a tool. They're all tools to drive fat loss, but calorie deficit is your main drive for fat loss. So you don't need it, even though it's probably the closest thing to essential when your body does adapt. So I definitely would add it in if you don't have it already. But you don't need it, let's put it that way. Lifting weights makes you bulky. Don't even get me started on that one. I think I made about 3 videos on my Instagram about this already. Lifting weights doesn't make you bulky. I mean, if you go on a serious bulk, your main goal is to put on size, then obviously you will get bulky. And with some people it's necessary if they're trying to put on muscle, then you might but if your step count is still high and you're not doing a dirty bulk, going into a surplus of 200 to 400 calories, then you're not going to get too bulky. You're not just going to wake up and be too bulky. It'll be the process of like 2 years, a year. So you'll be able to, spot it from a mile out, let's put it that way. You can spot reduced body fat. A load of fucking Connie Brown, to be honest. You can't spot reduced body fat at all, okay? So if you do more arms, you're gonna lose this bit of excess weight under your tricep. That's not the case. Same with core. Oh, can I do more core? Because I wanna lose the body fat, stubborn body fat around my abs. That's not the way it works. So again, your main drive of losing weight is a calorie deficit. You can put on muscle in them areas, so when you do lose body fat, it will look more toned. But you can't spot reduce body fat, so you can put on more muscle by progressively overloading in them areas, but you can't drop body fat, okay? If you're not in a calorie deficit, then you won't be able to reduce any body fat at all. I think the next one was, I need to space out my meals every 2 to 3 hours. You don't. So there was a recent study done that once you get your protein and your calories just before you go to sleep at night time, then that's all that matters. Think about your calories over the course of the day or over the course of the week. Obviously, in an ideal world, energy-wise, like eating every 2 to 3 hours is perfect. But like not everyone has the time in the world. They have kids, they have a proper life, they're on shift work. You have emergencies come up. So once you actually get the meals into you before you go to sleep that night, that's actually all that matters. Same to protein. I think there used to be a thing where if you get your protein straight into you after your gym session, then that's like the most important thing. Not anymore. If you actually just get a sufficient amount of protein before you go to sleep and you recover and build muscle in your sleep, then that's all that matters. So it doesn't really matter. But in an ideal world, energy wise and hunger wise, you do want to space it out as best as possible. But again, you do you. More protein is more muscle growth. Now, although you have to be consistent with muscle intake and you should be aiming for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, then that's your main goal. And if you can keep that every single day, Monday through Sunday, and not just Monday to Thursday night or Monday to Friday morning, that's the perfect amount for muscle growth. However, just because, so if you had the same person and they're both aiming for 150 grams of protein per pound of body weight, Monday through Sunday, and one of them has 165 and the other person has 150, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. I think there was a study done, I'll try to do my research, where if you eat over a certain amount of protein in a meal, it comes out the other end anyway. So I think that's the case, but I'll do a small bit of research before I put that in the video. The next one is I have to cut out all bad foods for the rest of my life. As long as I'm on diet, I need to cut out bad foods. You don't have to cut out all bad foods. The most popular one is having an 80-20 approach. 80% diet, 20% enjoying yourself. With my clients, what I like to do is map out an event or a social night every 2-3 weeks and just go health leather, get it all out the system, and then just kind of reset. So you don't have to do takeaway every weekend if you don't want to, but if you are struggling to follow by something, an 80-20 rule is good. So maybe once a week, go get a takeaway. Bank a few calories throughout the week, go get a takeaway for yourself. Bank calories that morning, do extra steps, an extra cardio session. Have a small bit of chocolate here and there. If you completely eliminate it from your life and you're a chocoholic or you're like, you know, a Coke Zero fanatic, then the chances that you're going to fail are miserably higher. So you don't want to take it away completely. So it's all about just tapering down and then just going from there then basically. Excuses, but the big lifts is just a reminder to warm up sets wise properly if you can. Oh sorry, that's just a premium one-to-one coaching. I'm not sending advice to people who don't pay me money. Alright, next one is supplements. Supplements are essential. Look at me with my book and all professional. I have women's handwriting. Oh, why can't you see this? I can. I have women's handwriting by. Trying to be a hard man all the time. I'm a pretty big nerd and I have women's handwriting, so take that what you will. Yeah. Supplements are essential. No, supplements aren't essential. They definitely do help you. So if you lack fibre, you supplement extra fibre into your diet. If you lack protein, you supplement extra protein into your diet. So they're not essential, but I think like creatine and protein are probably the closest thing you'll get to essential. But like that doesn't mean you can't progress without them. So if you are stuck for money, if you're starting off school or something, if you want to ask your mum for one supplement, it'll probably be protein or creatine if you can. But they're not essential. You don't need them to progress, even though they do help. You have to train 6 to 7 times a week to progress. Not really. If you're training 6 to 7 times a week and you can't see progress, then I would 100% fire your coach. 3 to 5 times a week is perfect. Even with the steps being high and the diet being good, you can progress with that for forever, really. Obviously, when you get a bit more into the gym, you're going to want to gym more than 3 times a week. Like I'd be just gymming for the clear insanity of my life, even if I do fuck all. So, like gymming 3 to 5 like weight sessions. So 3 to 5 weight sessions a week with a good diet, some high protein, good sleep. Is ideal. If you're training every day, then your body can't recover. You have to remember, okay, that your body grows or shrinks or recovers in your sleep. So even that leads me on to just sleep in general. So sleep is very important. Recovery is super important. If you are overdoing it, your body's going to let you know anyway. But I wouldn't be that clown that says, I don't need to break it all by, I fucking gym 6-7 days a week. if you're gymming 6-7 days a week, then you should look like a Mr. Olympia if you're training properly. That's probably not the case. So yeah, make sure you prioritize recovery and don't train 7 days a week. If you want to, it's up to yourself, but I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. So if you do have any fitness myths that you want busted, drop them in the comments below, or just give me a text and I'll make another video, because there's a gazillion of them and it's good to clear them up, because the fitness industry is just so full of confusion, and it's all, no, I'm kind of contradicting myself. I try to put a bit of personality out there and try to keep it as simple and as playful as possible. Like I don't even scroll through Instagram anymore, because it's all like top 3 how to do this, or I'm looking for 5 people to join my fat loss program, and fuck off. Even though I'm probably doing a small bit of that as well, but like, that's my business, it's the way it works. So I try to do it in a different, playful way. But I'm going off point. If you do have any myths, text them to me. I think you can text on YouTube now, or just drop them in the description or the comments below. Fat loss is actually really boring. That's why most people fail. Oh my god, finally a myth that I actually agree on. Yeah, so I made a video on this yesterday. Fat loss is your invisible wins over and over again, not your detox teas, not your cutting out carbs, not your fasted cardio. It's the invisible wins over and over and over again. And most people fail because it's just boring. But I promise you, the people that are in the best shape are just weirdly, like me, they're just weirdly obsessed with the boring stuff. And that's literally the only difference. It's hard because it's repetitive, and I get that, it can be boring, but just find a different niche of fucking training. So, and the clients who win are my favourite clients, well, not favourite, my best clients are the ones who just embrace boring over and over again. So, which brings me to my point. If you can master boring, you can master fat loss, and it's literally as easy as that. Now, if you actually do like all this fat loss and muscle growth tips, you can actually join my email list in the bio, and I just give out daily, or every 2 days or every day, I'd give out daily nuggets of information, I call them. Plus, I have a group coaching launch at the end of the month, and you're going to have to be on my priority list. So if you do want to join and get ahead of the game, and I think upon joining, you'll get a free recipe book with some high protein meals if you're lazy. And if you're watching this video, then you probably do need help. So it's a click of a button. Just if you want help, just fill it out. Oh, sorry. Fasted cardio burns more body fat. Again, not really true. It's a great tool, don't get me wrong. So if you have the time to do fasted cardio, it is very good. And if you can do it, because you're going to have no energy on fasted stomach. So basically your body is using your fat storages as energy, as opposed to glycogen or carbs or whatever you want to call it. And you burn more body fat over time. So it is good. Very hard to be sustainable and consistent with it though. But you don't have to do it. Again, I'm going to make the buzzword every single time it comes up. Your calorie deficit is your main drive for fat loss. All these other things are just tools, so I wouldn't focus on it too much. But if you can get it done, it will help a good bit, like, to be fair. I hope to God this fella isn't looking at me while I video on myself. Very good. Clean eating. Clean eating guarantees fat loss. No, it doesn't. It's like one of these things where, what's heavier, a kg of feathers or a kg of barbells? They're both a fucking kg. Obviously, there's better micronutrients in clean food, and you're not going to feel as bloated, and you're going to feel better, and blah blah blah. But again, if you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not going to lose weight. If you're not eating the sufficient amount of protein, then you're not going to be putting on muscle. So it's one of these catch-22 things that people say to make it sound like they know what they're on about. But it's not the case at all. You're actually you couldn't be more wrong with that one, actually. If you went and fucking ate 5 kg of lettuce, like, you're going to lose weight, is that what you're trying to say? 700 calories in it. See you later, bud. Yeah, what was I saying? So I think Sean Casey did a little study recently. He ate in a big calorie deficit but just toasties, and he actually dropped weight. Just to prove to you, little science bankers, that you can, once you're in a calorie deficit, that's your main drive for fat loss. So you can go watch his video on it somewhere, YouTube, Instagram, I actually don't know. So yeah, that just proves that point straight away. Turn fat into muscle. What the fuck does that mean? They're actually 2 different types of tissue. Like, fat and muscle is a different type of tissue. You can't turn fat into muscle. You can stay the same on the scales by losing body fat and putting on muscle. But you can't turn fat into muscle. It's like a body recomp. You can't turn fat into muscle. You can lose body fat and put on muscle, even though putting on muscle is probably going to be a lot longer, because muscle growth takes a lot longer than, you know, fat loss. You can go straight into a crazy deficit and just do an extreme cut, which is good sometimes, but you can't eat 500 grams of protein to speed up the process, as we learned from a while ago, if you're still watching the video. So yeah, these things where you have to get your protein in straight after the gym, bro, because you're going to build the muscle better, bro. That doesn't work, bro. It's just once you get in before you go to sleep. That's all that matters. So yeah, eating, obviously tailor, like carbs wise. You want to have more energy going to work, or for training, you want to have more energy before training, to have a muffin or a squares bar or something in between. I don't know, like you go talk to your coach about that. Like I'm not, you're not paying me the big bucks to tell you that, but so yeah, none is better, none is worse. Just try both of them, see what one. If you're a late night snack eater, then save calories for the end of the night. Like it's not the end of the world. If you like fasting in the morning or whatever, I don't know about you, do you? But none is better or none is worse. Okay. What the fuck does shock the muscle mean? Right. So if you're, oh my god, this young is in here. That's why it's shock the muscle. So basically, you pretend to do a bicycle curl, then you go right down then into a lunge. Do you know what I mean? You're shocking the muscle, and the muscle doesn't really know then what's happening. Like, and it grows faster. Like, do you know what I mean? Load of fucking Connie Brown. So progressive. I hope to God nobody there can see me behind the car. So like obviously progressive overload is your main focus for building muscle. Put it this way, right? If you're changing up exercises to shock the muscle every week, then you can't overload, because you can't do what you done last week. You can't improve on what you done last week. Therefore, you can't overload if you're shocking the muscle or change up the exercise every month or every week. So like pick the same fucking exercise for 6 to 8 weeks or even 10 weeks and build on that and then change. So that's what people mean when they mean shock the muscle. It doesn't mean pretend to do a fucking bicycle curl and then go do a 100 meter dash. Yeah. So I think that's 20 myths busted. Okay, if that helped clear up any confusion, I would really appreciate if you actually click the sub button or like the video or any of that good stuff. If you really struggle and you want some one-to-one premium, like the best around coaching, then there's a link in my description for that. But there's also an email list, so if you're on the fence about it and you just want daily nuggets of information, just sign up to my email list. You should sign up to it anyway, because there's just free info on it that I put so much effort into, and you're probably not going to watch to this part of the video anyway. So yeah, if you want fat loss being easy or muscle gain, just fill that in, please. With that as well, you get a high protein free dinner recipes as well. So it's a little gift from me that I put so much work into, so you better fill it out. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, follow me on Insta, all that jazz. And any more myths, any more video ideas, just give me a quick little message or a quick little comment, and don't be shy. We'll make it in the next one. So until then,